my name is Todd Statistic. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review on this game called Spiral Prologue. It's supposedly inspired by 1970s sci-fi movies and modern TV series, which I don't know what modern TV series they're talking about, but it's whatever. It's supposedly the most immersive journey in VR, as they have in the description of this game. It's currently, I think, on Steam for $10, which, we'll get into that later. So let's go ahead and just dive balls deep into this. Starting off with this little yellow baby him. Now I'm just playing, it's just giving you the stupid tutorials on how to move. Then you're brutally forced to walk down this stupid stairwell by grabbing onto the side of the rails, given that those rails are probably 4 or 5 feet apart. Then you're forced to press some buttons and then start the campaign. They did hook me up with actually 2 different keys for co-op, but sadly I don't have any friends. No, I'm just playing. I only have one VR headset, so I had to play it solo. Starts off in a nice dark room where the main objective at the moment is to turn on the power because your spaceship's pitch fucking black. And of course, there's not much things you can do to get achievements, so they give you achievements for doing the very most simplest things. Forced to run all the way around the ship until you actually find this very noticeable flashing button, which is right there, which turns on the power. You get presented with this nice, interesting, kind of looks World War II or 1970s Cold War styled bunker. After playing with your dick for about 30 minutes, you end up finding this fan area, which turn on the fans and ends up lifting like 18 stories. After going through a series of tunnels, you find one of the most usefulest tools you can find. This little thing just pulls you the way that you're trying to go. I'm not trying to ruin the game for you guys, but it's a pretty short campaign, so there isn't that much to show. So I'm trying to cut as much as I can out of it. After a while, you find this big area, and I swear to God, you can't play this game if you have epilepsy because it will give you a seizure. The lights were extremely bright, and it started to give me a headache after a little bit, but nonetheless, it was pretty good. But you end up finding yourself in this really large, dark place that kind of felt like the Cube. I don't know if you guys know what the movie Cube is, but they came out with a couple different ones. It was basically a big Rubik's Cube that the room shifted, and there were different death traps. But if you're able to see the little lights around me, they all have numbers, and I came out number 6. So it's trying to act kind of like a shooter. You got these robots that electrocute you a little bit, and then you end up just shooting them, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And you feel like a 3-year-old because then you get to slide a whole bunch of switches, and what you're currently doing now is that you're turning on this fucking ball of power, which I guess you're trying to fucking power, I don't fucking know, New York in space or some shit, because I didn't know a space station requires fucking 320 fucking Kelvin power supply, you know? So after playing with your dick for about 5 minutes, you end up finishing the stupid process, which I guess you're supposed to be fighting off on the last stand, and then you end up hitting the fucking button. When it gets dark, it looks like you're powering up the bitch, right? You're like, oh shit, maybe I'm gonna be able to, I don't know, fucking see in this big ass dark room, and then it fucking explodes. Now you got a goddamn sun inside of the space station. What fucking good is that? Obviously you can see me trying to fly away because I'm being blinded at the moment. And so the best strategic thing I can do is go to the door, and then I end up flying through the walls. And it's so goddamn bright, I had a seizure on the floor, you don't even know. And then you get to stare at a white screen for about 15 minutes, and then you finish the game. So honestly, the game is about 15 minutes long. For $10, I don't think that's really reasonable. But also, there is a multiplayer mode. I did enter it. I'll go ahead and throw that in now. And here is me clicking, or making sure everything's on Ultra, and then hitting up PvP, or whatever the fuck it said. And then going into PvP, end up going inside of the nuclear reactor room, and then there is a scoreboard above my head on top of the screen. You'll see that in a minute. And basically, it's a big PvP area. And there's these robots. So I would imagine I could see a whole bunch of people in there at once, like probably like 7 or 8 people just flying around like retards and trying to shoot each other and stay alive from these fucking robots. And there's so many fucking robots in there. You can't do it by yourself. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know what you guys think about this Downward Spiral game. Honestly, it's okay. I mean, I feel like they could make the campaign a lot longer and put a little bit more story into it. But if you guys want to watch more, go ahead and subscribe and let me know what you guys think.